You ever feel like your soul is sick? You feel like there's something that just isn't right. I understand that most of us are really understanding inside of our soul, inside of our heart, that something needs to be shifted. Some of it's subtle. Some of us go through these subtle times and we just kind of feel a little dis-ease. And some of us, it's like a full on alarm. Why don't you raise your hand and figure out which one you are? Are you the subtle, knowing kind of feeling that something isn't right? Or are you the full on alarm? Which one are you? And I just want to talk about that. That's what I want to bring to your attention today because a lot of us are feeling some kind of way, we like to call it, in the Rise with Diana community and in the streets that we live in. And when you're feeling some kind of way, our research shows that it's likely that your soul might not be feeling like it's connected to your purpose. You have a deep intelligence inside of you that understands when things just aren't right. And I really encourage you to tap into that. And what we do, and we've done so much research with so many women. We've done a lot of work in a lot of corporate spaces with women. And there's one beautiful thing that we know about all women is we have a deep intuition. We have a deep knowing. And really, actually, every human being has it. You have a deep knowing. So you need to know that what you're feeling is true. And so, what we've created is an opportunity for you to be able to learn how to tap more into this. And I want to share some steps and some ideas, some thoughts. But first, I want to hear from you. I want to hear, what have you been feeling? What are some of the fears and doubt and anxiety that's been coming up for you lately? What has been some of the thoughts that you've been sharing with your teams? What have you had discussions with your family about? Because this is something that I know you likely have a solution to some of the things that are going on. And I want you to know that when you get on the path that we're talking about, which is called the path to power, purpose, and connection, you're going to be able to discover that for yourself. What we want you to do is we want you to get in the driver's seat. We want you to understand what you can do to find a solution, not just for everyone else, but for yourself first. Because when you understand your own path, you're better able to understand how to guide other people. And so I want to just share three things that you can begin to do today, that you can begin to tap into. And I just want to share that if you aren't receiving weekly content that's guaranteed to get you on this path to power, I would love it if you would connect with us. If you are a corporate woman and you are feeling that you need support, most do, because it's very, very rare that organizations have set up ecosystems and systems to help corporate women feel supported and feel like they can go to anyone without feeling like they are they have to keep things confidential because they don't know what's going to happen to them. So you have to know that this community will support you. This community will support you. So here's the truth. Every single one of us are searching for what our assignment is because you are on assignment. You have a specific thing that you've been brought this earth to do. So, what we're going to give you three things for you to think about. Okay. The first is the Step the Power, by the way, is something that we've created. It's actually our foundation to our work. And I'm going to actually link into this video in the comments our path to power, purpose, and connection roadmap. Right. But first, let's start with a little bit of what we need to do. First of all, you have to answer the call. What I mean by that is you have to respond to what it is that's going on inside of you, right? So, this is what we call awareness. This is your wake up call. And if you've ever watched The Matrix, you can understand that Neo, this is from 1999, Neo, you're no different than Neo. in the matrix. All right. That there was a choice. You can take the red pill or you can take the blue pill. And what we're saying is we want you to answer your wake up call and take the right pill, but we're not offering any pills here. But basically, awareness is about understanding what's really going on beneath the surface. A lot of us are so tied up in our jobs or tied up in our titles, we're tied up in our status, but that has actually no relevance to what it is that you've been specifically called to do. And when you get to this deep level of awareness, you know what falls away? Fear, doubt, and worry. Now, I'm not guaranteed that that will never come to your front door. It will likely come to your front door, but you will immediately move it out of the way because you're in this deep level of awareness, right? And so this is the first step. Asking yourself hard questions and turning into the answers that are already deep in you. Right? So this is the first step, and that's awareness. The second step is practice. I need to talk about a prescription that you can take every single day. I want to talk about a multivitamin that you can take every day. This is called practice. Awareness is a starting point, but practice is the continuum, right? Is that once you start to become aware of what's calling you and you start to see the narratives, the stories, the words, you start to become more aware of steps you should take. You start to become more aware of maybe I shouldn't be over here. Maybe I should be over here. Because what starts to light in front of you is this small, dim light, and you start to follow that path. Now, I'm just going to tell you, it may not make sense to a lot of people. And often it may not make sense to you. But what I guarantee you is that if you continue to follow those steps, and you begin to practice who you're supposed to be and why you're supposed to be that, you will begin to come to a deeper level of peace, contentment, and understanding of what your soul needs, right? Because your soul is calling, it's screaming for you to get connected to that. So when your soul is sick, it craves consistency, right? Because essentially what you're doing right now, right? There is a consistent pattern that you're doing every single day, these habits that you're doing every single day. And when your soul is sick, there's no congruence to those things that you're doing every day. But once you start to move into a deeper level of awareness and you start practicing what it is that you know you're supposed to be doing, you might seem like, I just don't know, this doesn't seem right. But you know what? It will be right as you continue to practice it. And I'll just give you an example of that. So for me, I was told that I needed to become more quiet. And guess what? This is what I learned from my therapy, from my coaching, and that to become more quiet is to become more introspective. Because in here, inside of me is my soul. And my soul will help lead the way because I'm connected to God, because God is within me. And I realized that the quiet, when I started to meditate, I really just had a difficult time getting quiet. There was so much noise. There were so many things going on, so many voices that I was hearing in my head that it scared me. But I just thought, oh my gosh, I need to really get consistent with this. If I get consistent with this and I start practicing it every single day, I know I'm going to get better at it. And let me tell you, I had a hard time just doing 1 minute. And now I can do 20 minutes, I can do 40 minutes, and I've even done an hour and a half of meditation. Quieter I become, the clearer I become, and the more directed I come, and the more healthier I become. Right? My soul is connected to my ultimate assignment of what I'm on. So that is practice. Awareness, practice. And guess what awareness and practice leads to? Influence. Right? Because what happens is you become this bright light, and your bright light starts to kind of emanate like this, right? Because you are an energy being, and your bright light starts to emanate like this, like a SOS signal to people out in the world. You know what happens is you start to become an influence. You begin what's called a ripple effect, right? So everything that you desire, everything that you want, everything that you need starts to attract to you, right? And what starts to fall away are all the things that are getting in the way of you being able to have your soul be revived, right? And you know what also starts to happen? You start connecting with the right people to live out your assignment. Isn't that beautiful? This is something that I know that every single one of us wants because you desire it, right? And so when your soul is aligned with your character, which is the way in which you are seen in the world, your character is what shows up before you, before anything else, right? Your soul aligns with your character, and the influence starts to just make everyone that you're supposed to come that's supposed to come into your path, it just gets clear, right? And so I really want you to think about this as a methodology for living your life. This is how it goes. First awareness, then practice, and then influence. Again, you're emanating from your heart outward. Most of us are living inside in. And that's the reason why your soul is sick, because you're looking for something from the outside to verify that you're doing the right things. But you are a spiritual being having this human experience. And so you're highly intelligent. So there's an intelligence that's inside of you that I need you to tap into. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Anybody have any comments, any thoughts, any questions, anything that you need from me to answer for you right now? I just want to pause and make certain that I answer any questions. Okay. And I want you to know that if you do have questions and if you're really interested in figuring out what steps you should take and how you should start to get on this path, this is where we can connect, right? So, because here's the thing, your soul and you deserve so much better. You deserve to live with an authentic intelligence, and you deserve to have your assignment fulfilled. Okay. So, this is what we call the path to power, purpose, and connection. It's more than a concept, right? This is a lifestyle. And I know in the Rise with Diana community, what we promote is living your truth, not going to a meeting, like faking it, showing up, making certain that you have this like fake demeanor and, try to act like you like your job. Because a lot of us are really struggling because we don't really love what we do. And oftentimes, most of us just don't even love ourselves, right? We're chasing the money, chasing the status, and chasing the look, but where our soul doesn't desire that. And when you get your soul in alignment, everything starts to come together, right? The money, everything that you need will be right there. And you don't even have to hustle for it, right? So, because it will just come naturally. So, we're going to put the link to the path toward purpose and connection. And I want to see if there's anyone out here who is looking for this kind of truth. And sis, we need to connect. Like, we really need to connect because there are so many people who are just like you, who are hungry for this, who desire this. And if you're in the corporate world and you are a corporate woman, especially if you're in middle management and above and you're seeking this executive level position, we need to connect. We need to connect. If you want to leave a comment in the comment section, or if you want to, you can connect with me, fill out the form that we'll put in the notes, and let's make it happen. Does this sound good? All right. And I just want to let you know I am reading from our weekly content that we give to our content subscribers every single week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We send out information that gets you on this path. And if you want to subscribe to that, get on it. What are you waiting for? Right? And start to unsubscribe to all these things that are not helping you. Like, clean up your feed and get with the right crew that can help you get to where you need to be. Does it sound like a plan? All right, my sis. So I'm going to leave you with this. Healing your soul and stepping into alignment, it takes work, but you don't have to do it alone. We're here for you. Does it sound like a plan? I'm so excited. And thank you so much for letting me come to you. I'm in the airport, if you haven't noticed. I'm in the airport lounge and I'm looking forward to, and I will connect anywhere I have to be in order to be with you. So thank you so much for being with me too today. We'll see you again on Friday, where we're going to be talking about your ability to create, right? You are not a victim, you are a creator.